Fight fans, fight fans, fight fans. This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I am live with some more boxing. Before I start on the thumbnail topic, I want to reflect on last night. We had an excellent night of boxing. I know I didn't do a recap on Shakur Stevenson, but he did an excellent job, and he's showing me that he's growing as a fighter, and he's given me respect for his accuracy as well as his power, because that's one thing I do hit the bottom check with Shakur is his power. But he showed me last night that speed is power. Okay, he fought an undefeated Japanese fighter yesterday, which was 16-0 and 12 knockouts. He went in there and got the job done. He caught this man when this man didn't know that he was going to get caught. You know, perfect timing, great counterpunching abilities, and he showed his poisedness, and he showed that he's grown as a fighter. And more importantly, he's specifically calling out people, which that's what he should do. See, it's one thing to do your job, but it's the next thing to do your job well, and it's the next thing to do your job well and to call out your ambitious desires for the next job. The next job is the next fight for fighters. All the training and the promotions and all that other stuff is just preparation. But the job is hand. The job at hand is another fight. Let's hit that like button when you guys come in. I was watching my boy Tunde and Spence for a while, working out here at the gym, getting it in. You know, happy Easter, Passover to everybody, first of all, because I've had a magnificent day. It's been a very good day. Fizzy, true. St. Don, easy win for Shakur. Absolutely. St. Don in the building. He is the best boxer in the world. St. Don made Yash look pedestrian. Yeah, he made him. The Japanese fighter, he really made him look like he didn't belong in there. He showed him what level he was on, and by default, the Japanese fighter showed what level he was on. Gentleman's game. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. And that message was retracted. Damn. Okay. Everything's good. Gay J loves getting battered in the ring. You know, I think it's actually the opposite. I don't think he likes getting punched at all. Boxing fan, inactivity is going to be bad for him. I'm hoping he is doing a Lion Luke here. Fizzy, do you think AJ can beat Ruiz in a third fight? Yeah, because I don't think Ruiz has actually learned as a fighter. I think Ruiz's Ruiz's abilities were always the same. He was always fast. He was always tough. His disadvantages, he has a weight problem. He's obese, so that retards his mobile abilities. And no, I don't think he'll win against AJ, because AJ knows, you know, that he won't engage with him. He'll do the same shit he did with Franklin. And Ruiz won't know how to adjust. He won't. He will just probably get more frustrated and throw more wide behind the head punches, rabbit punches. But other than that, no, he won't beat AJ. You know, look, Ruiz did exactly what he's supposed to do. So if Ruiz is the reason for AJ fighting the way he fought, that must have been one powerful impact on AJ. So Ruiz has made one powerful strike in the boxing division of the three-headed dragon. D.S. Jones coming in with that $2 love. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate the super sticker. Appreciate the love. I'll say this about Tyson. At least Tyson took out the other head. AJ ain't even got a chance to fight one of those guys yet. So look at it like that. Even though he cut off the head 3 times, I don't know if that's possible. But he's done that. What's up, Kurt? My bad, meant to put counterpunch. No problem, gentlemen's game. Moors, murders, clues, / new search 2023. Yeah. Andrew, AJ seems to have lost his hunger. Even as an AJ fan, you got to see this, Kurt. Andrew, it ain't nothing that I didn't see. My eyes have been open. about every fighter, including Anthony Joshua. Period. I mean, you know, I guess you didn't see my live stream. You can't fake shit live, especially if you're a real person. You know what I mean? You're real about truth and emotions. So, like, I saw that. I called it the way I saw it. Joshua did a Klitschko, and that Klitschko shit never excited anybody. That's why people got so sick of the heavyweight division when those Klitschko guys were around. Now he calls back. Had a friend of mine I was been trying to get in touch with. But Ruiz pummel Fury. I don't think so. I don't think Ruiz will pummel Fury. I think that will probably be one of the most easiest fights for Tyson Fury besides Derek Chisora, besides Dillian White. I think Dillian White, you know, probably because Dillian White was just too slow. And if he was really suffering from fasting from Ramadan, that was stupid. He shouldn't even been in there. Ruiz don't seem to be the same. I think he peaked already. Well, here's the thing, boxing fan. I think people just show you where they're at. People show you their ability, and you're able to see what a person can do and what a person can't do. And what a person can't do, it shows what they can't do. What they can do, it shows. I don't like this peak shit. I don't know if it's fight or peak. Listen. Now, if you got a young guy that hasn't been in there with enough competition, enough stiff competition, you may get away with that. Somebody like Andy Ruiz, that motherfucker's a seasoned pro. He's a former unified champion. He's a former championship contender before being a former unified champion. Because remember, he went out for the WBO against Joseph Parker, right? So he's no new kid on the block. Whatever Andy Ruiz can do, he's going to show you what he can do. What he can't do, it's going to be shown by default. Okay? That's it. That's all we have to think about and to know, and that's all we need to know about Andy Ruiz. And like every other fighter, if Joshua was a shot-ass fighter and he fights this way against a taller opponent, if he shows it that same tentative fucking shit he's doing, we already know Andy Ruiz, Vladimir Klitschko, these guys ruined you as a fighter. They made you scared. They made you, I mean, at this point, if he's going to fight like that, if Joshua's going to fight like that, retire. Just retire, because if you care for the fans, you should retire if you're going to fight like that. Bottom line. Nobody wants to see that shit. I know we have AJ fans that they don't care how he wins. It's just, let's go for the win. I cared that way in 4 fucking years ago. Why? Because I know Andy Ruiz wouldn't be a formidable opponent, and he proved me right. How? He didn't fight anybody else. He fought Chris Arreola. He fought old-ass Ortiz after ducking Ortiz 2 years before. That's all he's done in the heavyweight division. So I knew Andy Ruiz wouldn't be anything unless he was a sacrificial lamb for Deontay Wilder for Al Heyman's plan to become and to have an undisputed champion over here in the States. That's all Andy Ruiz really is good for. Now, what he could do is he could fight Hrgovic. He could fight Joyce. He could fight Dubois. He could fight Dillian White. He could fight any of these guys to show that at least he's not the best, but he can show how many asses he can kick before getting his ass out of the division to make a appropriate rate of him as a fighter. He could do that. But him being the champion of the world again and all that shit, no. The only way he does that, he gets an opportunity to fight somebody with a regular title, which I think that's going to be dissolved once Usyk and Daniel Dubois get it on, because there won't be a regular title. It'll be just like Danny Jacobs taking on Triple G. Danny Jacobs had the regular WBA. Triple G had the Super WBA. And they fought for it. And guess what? The regular WBA was dissolved. Gennady Golovkin took that and I guess chunked it. And now you only had one champion. Right? I think based on the performance of AJ, assessed it and said AJ needs more training, especially on his mental side. Michael Buffer, I know he needs something else, but not fighting to fucking December won't help anything. That goes against every possible situation that you could come up with on a positive for AJ. Because we were thinking, okay, this is a rough patch. He fought a tough, determined guy that never got an opportunity like this, a tough Michigan fighter, a guy that's never been dropped, a guy that refuses to stop. Bars, a guy that's driven, a guy that worked at a fucking factory, a guy that now has something to prove, a guy that nobody knew who his name was, a guy that desired to be known. That guy, I get it. But now you say, oh, well, I'm not going to fight until December. It shows me, this is what it shows me, okay? It shows me that fight with AJ did something, whatever the fuck it was. Or maybe the blowback or the pushback or however you want to, right? Maybe the reviews made AJ say, you know what? I think I'm going to take a fucking break. You know what I mean? And the reason I'm saying this is because if AJ would have knocked this guy out, took him out 2 or 3 rounds or less than 6, right? Everybody would have praised AJ. AJ would have did the African dance, you know, the Niger dance he does. If he would have done that, would we have been postponed until fucking December? I think not. I think no. So I think that because this fight was not what we desired, because Anthony Joshua still has some other chip shit going on with him, like that stuff he pulled after the fight, it was like, wait a minute. By the words of the notorious one, Conor McGregor, who the fuck is this guy? Right? Because it's like, okay, I don't get it. I just don't see the angle in that shit. I didn't see it. Andrew, you missed the live. Man, no problem. We live right now. You didn't miss this one. But yeah, it was lit last night. For everybody that showed out, St. Don, he'll tell you, it was lit. It was good. You know, like I felt like going down memory lane and explaining a lot of stuff. So yeah, you can check it out, man. It's still there. Don't worry, it's still there. 100% old man Klitschko. Yeah, maybe he's been hanging out with Klitschko or talking to him or something. You know, because if you're just trying to get away with wins, and what AJ said also, I'm doing it for the money. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. So that's the easy way to lose fans. Because if you're only doing it for the money and you go out and do a piss poor performance, and people, don't forget, AJ has that big ass $100 million DAZN deal, 2 fights a year. Think about it. You think I'm prying? Maybe. But I'm just giving you guys the facts and laying it on the table. AJ signed a deal with DAZN for 100 million pounds a year for 2 fights a year. So he owes DAZN 2 fights. So for him canceling that fight in June, maybe that's an idea of him saying, you know what? I'm not giving DAZN another fight. I'm going to fight in December. I fought in April. I'm going to fight in December. That's my 2 fights. Guess what I'm going to do? Next year, I'm going to give these motherfuckers 2 more. So he might be doing that for that reason. Because if he's only talking about money, he can put up fights and he can put up a type of performance if he's already signed the contract. He's going to end up being like Terrence Crawford to Bob Arum. I'm losing money from Terrence Crawford. Kurt, if you actually rewatch the fight with AJ, he actually did a lot right. No, I mean, he did a lot of grabbing. You know, like he should have like here's the thing. I'm not a fan of that type. Grabbing can be strategic. Grabbing can be strategic. It can be strategy. It can be that way, but it doesn't matter if it is or not if you're not using it the right way. I mean, but I'm just giving you guys the facts. You know, if you guys say, oh, I'm going hard on AJ, I go hard on everybody that comes out that is not what they claim to fucking be. I went hard on Tyson Fury for 3 weeks straight. I haven't really stopped getting off him. So it doesn't matter. You know, it's that, fuck the justification. The fact is, AJ is making a lot of money. He's making a lot of money, and maybe he's trying to fight less or take less risk to get paid more, or the money that he was going to fucking get anyway. You know, we can't overlook that fact. We can't say he's just a scared person, because I don't see nobody with that type of fucking attitude, that type of chip on his shoulder, talk that much shit and be scared. You know, people say he must got a mental block or something. If that's the case, wow, Andy Ruiz has one hell of a left hook. But if it's not, and it's some shit like AJ has decided to like say, you know what, on the slick, on the cool, fuck boxing, I'm getting paid. Oh no. BA coming in with that. Duh. What's up, Kurt? Keep up the good work and analysis. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate that dub love. Exactly, Kurt. If Joshua did a lot right in his last fight, why does it feel so wrong? It may feel wrong, you know. I think he may be trying to do less to get the same amount of money he was going to do. You know, maybe money does fucking ruin you after all. Maybe, you know, the whole idea of it all. Because you know he got to split that shit. If he's getting 100 million pounds, how much you think Eddie Hearn's getting? Eddie Hearn is rich because of AJ. Eddie Hearn could only promote AJ and be rich as shit. Paid $5 million, take smoke off Fury. St. Don at Rosie Mason, shop steward in the house. Fury, first Fury with his shameful ducking of Usyk and for Undisputed. Now AJ with this crap. You know, AJ had his head blown up and got rocked, bro. He's been scared since, real talk. I don't know. Because he went 24 fucking rounds with Alexander Usyk. Alexander Usyk, he's not a hard-hitting heavyweight. But he's hard enough to keep you honest. And someone like Usyk punching you over and over again, I think AJ, I don't think he has a chin like people think he does. I think people think he's chinny. I don't think that big motherfucker's chinny at all. I just think he's afraid to get hit and hurt by shots that shot that he got hurt with. That may be the case. Stephen Sweeney, happy Easter to you too, brother. Kurt, Teofimo versus Josh Taylor, who you got? You know what? I don't care who wins, because they're both on my shit list. Both of them. I think they both should have officially lost their last two fights. That's why I could care who wins. I don't have a pony in the show. I'm like Marvin from Pulp Fiction, people. I ain't even got an opinion. I just know and hope that's a very good fight. I hope I see a fire fight. That's what I hope I see. Bill. Member. We criticize Fury for holding BS, so it's only fair to do the same to AJ. It's only fair to do the same for all of these guys because, see, my question is for AJ, what the fuck happened? Right? What happened to AJ? Like, what happened to you within last week to Easter Sunday, Passover? What happened on Passover that made you say, I don't think I want to fight in June? What happened? That's what I want to see. That's what I want to hear. You know? See, I couldn't do interviews with, like, I do interviews with people. Certain select people that are willing to come on the show. Willing to come on my platform and get in the trenches with you guys. Because this here's the trenches. These comments are the trenches. These are bullets flying. You know what I mean? I'm a longtime subscriber on this channel, and Kurt is not biased. No, I'm not biased. You know, I like boxing. When AJ was trying to get Undisputed, I was absolutely down for it because I was not convinced that Deontay Wilder wanted Undisputed. I was convinced that Deontay Wilder didn't give a fuck about no other belt beside the belt that he had. That belt that he had gave him or fueled the ego that he possessed, and it only made it bigger and bigger and biggerer. Right? So that was my problem with Wilder because I didn't think he wanted it. I didn't think he wanted it at all. It ain't about the belts no more, baby. It never was with Deontay Wilder. You know? And this is not a shit on Wilder moment. I'm just telling you, when AJ and situations occurred, okay? And AJ was trying to offer this guy money to get those belts. Deontay was constantly turning them down. Okay? BA coming in with another. Duh! Kurt spitting truth at a picnic table in a local park. Hell yeah, you got my money, brother. Keep it up. Appreciate that second. Duh! 2 times. You know? And I was all for it. I mean, I knew how that was. Like, it was certain things I did think about. Like, wait a minute. Why is it both AJ's fault? Because, you know, they used to ask AJ, whose fault is it for not making Wilder fit? He's like, I think it's both our faults. I'm like, and my thing is, again, I don't think I could do interviews like that, because I'm going to ask, like, why? Why do you think it's your fault? You know? Why is it, is it just me, guys? I mean, 100% honest right here, right hand. Big Wah. Member. The WBC is cursed. I think that motherfucker is. I think whoever has the WBC turns into a real shithole. Good job, Psycho Crusher, coming in strong with that enforcing wrench, right? While I sit on this bench. Bars. Big Wah. Member. If AJ waits 8 months to fight again, he could miss out on having a title shot by then, provided he fought a highly ranked fighter this summer. I don't know. Okay. 2 scenarios. One, AJ could just be apprehensive to the fact that he doesn't want to take a risk of fighting someone else and losing again. Psycho Crusher doing good. Skrilla 50. Happy Easter to you. Psycho Crusher, Skrilla 50 in the building. Or he's just thinking about the money, and he's just thinking about the contract obligation to get that money. He owes the zone fights. Therefore, he signed the contract to fight on the zone. He better be careful, because he may end up like Canelo. You guys remember what happened to Canelo? Mike Tyson at 14 was unbelievable. Mike Tyson at 14 looked like he was 19. They had to lie. Teddy Atlas actually had to lie about his age because they didn't believe he was 14 years of age. They didn't. But back to what I was saying about AJ. Is it me? And I thought about this a while, and I was like, you know how you just think, you know, especially like if I'm working out, if I'm training, if I'm, you know, you're doing certain random thoughts come to you. I'm like, okay, AJ has called Carl Froch a clown. He's called Lennox Lewis a clown. What has he said about Deontay Wilder to that magnitude? I mean, even when he called him that first starts with a B and ends with an H, I'm like, dude, just call the man a bitch. Come on, man. Just call him a bitch. Just say, Wilder, you was a bitch for that. B.A., welcome to Counterpunch Silver. We got another member in the building. Appreciate you, man. Welcome. Go to the community. I got a lot of stuff there that you want to check out. It's the extra content. That's what you pay for. That's what I try to add on constantly. But enjoy and welcome to the club. Beating 25 years old at 14 easily. Beating a 25-year-old at 14. That's crazy. You're 14 years old beating someone 25. That's a totally different testosterone level. Okay? You're 14 versus 14 is a teenager. It's like between teenager and adolescence, right? So you got adolescence, right? Child, adolescence, teenager. And you're knocking somebody else 25. You're over. Okay, so then you have teenager, then young adult. And at 25, you're pretty much an adult at 25. So you know what I mean? Like, you're knocking somebody else out, and this is like your first stage in maturity as it's growing towards adulthood, and you're knocking a motherfucker out. You're knocking somebody out at 14. Yo, that's big. Because honestly, when I was 14, to be fair, I was getting taller. You know, I was getting taller. And when I was 13 or 12, I was short. I was about 5'8". You know, but then when 14 came, I was like 6 foot. Then 15, 16, I was like the height I am now. So I've been this height for a long time. But Mike, bro, solid. James Bash coming in with that cash. Quote, half a honey bun. Let's go. Peace, Kurt. Happy Easter. Shout out to BA for setting this off. Keep up the good work, Kurt. On one end, I'm happy for AJ waiting till December. On the other, it's better be for the best AJ. Otherwise, let him stay at home. James Bash, I can't agree with you any less or any more. Simply because, like I said on my, that's the same thing I said on my video. I said that AJ, dude, for what you're doing, it better be a sacrifice. It better be something that gives the fans what you want to see. EC, look at stars, okay? Even stars like Canelo, even Floyd. These guys, people were mad at them. People were angry at Floyd because Floyd wouldn't give us what we wanted to see. Everybody wanted to see him fight Manny Pacquiao. That became urban legend. When you gonna fight Pacquiao? When's the Pacquiao fight? You heard from Maypac. Give us a Pacquiao. Give us this, give us that. Okay. And Floyd always either got mad at people. Don't ask me about Manny Pacquiao. Don't ask me about Pacquiao. Don't ask me about any of that. This fight's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. Okay? Now, mind you, he didn't give you Pacquiao right away. But what did he give you? He gave you something. He gave us Canelo. Undisputed. Labeled the one. Redhead, ginger, Irishman from Mexico. Kicking ass, taking names, right? Undefeated guy. One draw. That was Canelo Alvarez. I was born ready. That guy. He gave you, I'm gonna give you the best fights, and it's coming soon. And he gave us that. So AJ, the money that you make, 100 million pounds a year, you need to give us something for this new year. Give us something. Give us something. We got BA upgraded membership to Counterpunch Gold. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate that love. That's what I'm talking about. St. Don, I'm talking facts. People are bigger because everyone else bigger because everyone else has access to food more than they did 50 years ago. Always love Kurt. Bless up, my brother. Appreciate you, brother. James Bash coming in with those bars and that cash. KD, did you ever see the video where Mike Tyson and his crying before his fight? That's what he was only around age. Yeah, he was 14 or 15. And look who was in his corner. Who was in his corner was Teddy Atlas. And see, what people don't talk about, people always talk about Teddy, you know, holding a gun to him, the altercation with Teddy's niece and Mike Tyson, you know, him getting fucking fresh, you know, whatever, you know. But they don't talk about the intimacy between Teddy Atlas and Mike Tyson. Teddy Atlas was like a big brother. See, Customato, okay, was like a father figure to Mike. But Teddy Atlas was like a big brother to Mike. You know what I mean? So a lot of people don't understand that. Because he was around Mike more than likely more or equal or more than Customato was. Because Teddy was that trainer in training. Teddy Atlas was a trainer in training. Shout out to BA coming in with that 75 all day. Appreciate the love coming in Man, listen, this has definitely been a blessing. Kurt, I'm originally from your neck of the woods. Now I'm out of Dubai. Always appreciate your boxing expertise. And hell no, old Jay trying to one-up me tonight with that 50. James Bash coming in with that cash. BA saying, I'm coming to kick that ass. Bars. Kurt, how is it because of Saudi? Everyone wants the Saudi dollar and they ain't open for business until the autumn. I mean, who wouldn't? I'll fight in Saudi Arabia. Let me fight Joshua in Saudi Arabia. I just want to fight Joshua for some reason. You know what? And the thing is, people say, man, why don't you fight Wilder? I'm not fighting Wilder. You think Wilder's going to knock me the fuck out and give me brain damage? Fuck you. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Usyk beat Joshua in Spook Fury. Well, I'm going to tell you something. And you guys are going to think I'm crazy. Tyson Fury follows AJ's career as a map. Because whatever AJ does, Tyson Fury knows not to do. You want me to prove it to you? Ed, peace, Kurt. What do you think Fury needs to fight to someone to redeem himself? Alexander Usyk for Undisputed. I mean, he's supposed to be the best fighter in the world. He needs to live up to those standards or shut up talking, period. But like I was saying, Tyson Fury follows and understands what it's like, and he lives vicariously through Anthony Joshua. Let me prove it to you. Joshua got beat in 2019. What was the first thing Tyson Fury said? He said, listen, I got to be careful in my next fight. I could end up like Joshua. It happens. One night you're there, and one night you can get chinned. That's what happens in the sport of boxing. So he knew. Tyson Fury knew. He sees what AJ goes through. AJ is a fucking heavyweight crash dummy for anybody that dares to be great. Anybody that dares to try to fight whoever the fuck is out there, or that next challenge, or that next mandatory that's dangerous, that's fought themselves to that position. Yes. AJ is the crash dummy of the heavyweight division. He was once upon a time the former two-time unified champion. That's the only difference. But Tyson knows, I won't do that because AJ didn't do it. I'm not going down that route. So you think that little fucking Ukrainian, that little middleweight, you think I'm going to fucking waste or risk my career, my reputation, my label as a gypsy king fighting that Ukrainian that's been over there in war and seeing people dragged off and beat up and shit like that, and then he came back over there and whooped Joshua again? You think I'm going to go in there and fight that guy? No. Why? Because he can get all the glory if he beats me? What will I be if Usyk beats me? If he doesn't fight Usyk, people, he's still the Gypsy King. He's still undefeated. He's still the WBC champion. If he fights him and loses, he has nothing. He has no lineal. He has no belts because he gave up the Ring Magazine belt, right, to Usyk and Joshua on their second rematch. So that's where you're at. That's what it is. Why would he risk losing this shit? And he's making money now, like the something like AJ money now? You think he's gonna fuck that up by fighting Usyk his next fight? Hell no. He's gonna make another 30 or 20 million fighting another nobody. I get Caballel, Mahmoud Char, some other fucking guy. You know? Yeah, Psycho, he's a heavyweight crash dummy. That's what he is, because people see. You can learn a lot from that guy, because I'm not gonna do it. Oh, wait. I thought that little motherfucker was easy to fight until he fucked up AJ again. You know what I mean? James Bash coming in with more cash. Coming in with that 4 times. Duh. You win, BA. Ha ha. We got to dive AJ props for showing heavyweights they could make money out in Saudi and not ducking anyone. CPB for life. James Bash forever coming in with that cash. Deshaun, salute Kurt, CPN, and boxing fans. Absolutely, Deshaun coming in with that love, man. But no, back to AJ, he's a crash dummy. He's an absolute crash dummy. That's what it is. I think AJ's more than likely he's bitter. He may have a chip on his shoulder. He made it as just decided, you know what? I'm not giving these motherfuckers nothing else of myself. You know, I beat Franklin, you know, which he pretty much talked himself into that. Promo 130, what's up, brother? Counter punch to you. They look on Usyk's face when AJ threw those belts on the ring was priceless. Yeah, he was like, what the Usyk, even, you remember when AJ had his hands around Usyk and Usyk was just like, like, this motherfucker is tripping. We're going to have a nice little Ukrainian fucking conversation about this guy. Me, Loma, Papachenko, and the rest of us. Good people. You know, I'm 18 stone. I'm like, yo, what's wrong with AJ? AJ, yeah, man. AJ was tripping that day, you know? And it's like, you know something, though? You know something? Let's just be real. Like, AJ showed us, like, a variety of emotion. He showed us, like, he showed us the worst. And then he tried to show us the best. You know? Hold on a second. BA coming in with that. Hundo! Kurt, not trying to derail your live chat with the old J, but I gotta put him down once and for all. No respect to Duxon Fury until he fights Usyk. Peace out. BA, you have made most or the rest of the day, because the first of the day was a blessing and the rest of the day will be a blessing. But talking to everybody, you know, okay, including BA. Yeah, man, I appreciate it. James Bash, he goes to 101. That would be a trip. Like, hi, bitch. Gotcha, bitch. Coming in with that hundo. Yeah, that's big, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, man. And it's like, yeah, Tyson Fury, he fucked up. Joshua, let's see. Let me show you guys, because I'm a visual person, right? Let me show you guys where the heavyweight division is right now. Because I got to hold the phone. I don't have a whatchamacallit. All right, check this out. All right. Is it me or is Kurt cutting out? Yeah, I'm trying to lose weight. I haven't been drinking as much and stuff like that. So, you know, like, you want to lose weight, stop drinking if you're a drinker. However, this is the heavyweight division now. Okay? It should be like this. See, it should have a balance. And what this is, here's Tyson Fury over here, and Joshua stepped on the same side. Joshua should be on this side. So this shit should even out. You know, because you can't have two bullshit negative things. You got Tyson ducking Usyk, then you have Joshua with the bullshit. You know? Kurt, your connection is laggy. How's it now? He took himself out of the ranks to fight for the IBF title. Call Fury what you want, but he will have the biggest fights and we'll all be watching. PSF, we got to see him. Let's see the biggest fights. That's all I ever wanted for Tyson Fury. The biggest fights. If he shows us the biggest fights, that's what we want, and that's what you expect from someone that's claiming to be the best. That's it. Take into account somebody that claims that he was the greatest of all times, Muhammad Ali. For 3.5 years, he couldn't even show how good he was while he was in his prime. You know why? Because his boxing license was stripped. So you look at someone that didn't have the ability, that was restricted from making money for his family. You know, Muhammad Ali loved women. So what does that mean? If you love women, what else are you gonna have? You're gonna have fucking children. Children require money, support, greenbacks, cash. I know it was a different time, but shit, you still had to bring something to the table. You know, Muhammad Ali did Broadway. Did you guys know that? Muhammad Ali did Broadway. Yes, he did Broadway because he couldn't fight. And now we got a guy that's talking about, I'm the best fighter that ever came out of his mother's cunt. I'm like, whoa, what'd you say? Dude, if you think that and you got mental illness, you should do crazy Roy Jones Jr. type stuff. Hopefully we'll get Usyk versus Wilder. Hopefully, yeah. But see, understand, that's only if Frank Warren allows Daniel Dubois to accept step-aside money. If he doesn't, that's his ass. He's going to have to fight Daniel Dubois, young, hungry, semi-damaged Daniel Dubois, limited Daniel Dubois, powerful Daniel Dubois, right? Eddie is all cap. Yeah, well, Eddie is supposed to be all cap because he's a promoter, and that's all a promoter does is cap, to be fair. Tyson Fury already showed us the biggest fight is called false negotiation. Yep, false negotiations, false training, false prophets, trickery, gypsy magic, Saturn dust. You know what Saturn dust is, huh? That's that cocaine. Monday is the deadline. Like the dude couldn't see him. He's like, it's the deadline. It could be Fury versus Wilder for undisputed. We already know Wilder isn't like Usyk. He wouldn't walk away. Well, I don't know. I don't. Hold on, man. See, here's the thing. Let's stop talking about that noble duck shit with Wilder. I'm going to tell you why. Wilder, okay? Wilder is a guy that has tunnel vision sometimes. You know, he could say he gave, you know, he's a man of his word. But a man of his word only goes by the things that he says. You know, he should be a man of his word to fight Joshua. He followed Fury around for fucking 3 years, took two ass whoopings, a draw, right? And created a conspiracy theory so big that it lasted 2 fucking years. So I don't know. See, if it's I think if it's down for Wilder fighting Usyk or fighting Tyson, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure that Wilder would just choose Usyk over Tyson. I'm just not. No, I think he would take a 4th fight. I just think he's too obsessed with the idea of knocking out Tyson Fury to miss or pass up that opportunity to fight Fury again. Usyk is the only one worth the promotion. See, but here's the thing. Here's the thing at the end of the day. Wilder might be compromised mentally. See, again, we talk this shit about mental AJ breakdown shit, but we don't know how mentally fucked up Wilder is. He's still calling Tyson Fury a cheater. We don't know if he even has a chin anymore. He took all those shots from Fury. And like I tell you guys, like I said last night on my last night live, it's a difference between getting knocked out, spared, and beaten round after round all night long. You know, you're taking more punishment. Just because a shot doesn't knock you out doesn't mean it's not doing damage to you. Nick G, AJ is scared and all about money, cashing out, done. Callum Smith, number 1 Usyk, 2 Fury, 3 Wilder, 4 AJ, 5 Joyce, 6 Sanchez, 7 Ruiz, 8 Dubois, 9 Mark Madoff, 10 Hergovic. Are we missing anybody in there? Callum Madison, Um, you know what you're missing, Callum? I agree, except for Mark Madoff. Hergovic is supposed to be number 9. Well, Hergovic is 10. I don't know what you or why you put Mark Madoff at 9 and Hergovic at 10. But, you know, that's yours, not mine. Cool in the game. You know? AJ isn't scared. He is about legacy. Kurt, Eddie just said something on AJ's Twitter. All in good time, he said. All in what good time? Time is everything. So what does he mean? White is in the top 10. Missing Jared Anderson. No, I don't think Jared's there for beating up the guys he's beating up yet. He's not there yet. Bunny ears. Joshua will never beat another top 10 fighter. You heard it here first. He's not a bad fighter. It's just the way he's fighting is just it makes you question a lot of things about him. What is his true motivation? Is he mentally wrecked? You know, is he fully invested? You know, is it a perception trick? Is it him coming here to Texas to make people think that he's actually wanting to learn something? You know, did he show us anything really new in that fight? He showed us the Klitschko shuffle. He showed us that he tries to go to the body while holding, you know, versus I think I'm not really sure, man. I don't know about Joshua. I really don't know about him. Usyk is a different animal. He is. He's a different animal. He likes to train. He doesn't allow distractions like his family, his wife, his kids. He doesn't bring them to his training camp. He doesn't do stuff like that. That just shows you the type of mentality that you need, because you do not allow distractions that you know that probably would become a distraction. Steve Kim spoke to Eddie. Then Eddie said, all in good time, with a wink emoji. That's just something baiting. That's a baiting statement from Eddie. Eddie's a promoter, king of cap. So we all know what that's about. We all know that, hey, you know, those type of things happen, you know, with Eddie. He wants to keep you invested or intrigued, but he's doing his job at the end of the day. Let's just be real. He's doing his job at the end of the day. And that's that. Godfather of boxing. Monday is the deadline. Big Wah Kurt, do you think Big Baby Miller would take a fight with Big Baby Anderson? You know, I don't think he would, especially at this part of his career. You know why? Because Big Baby Miller is doing the same thing that he did to get himself in position before everything went up in smoke. And I don't think that he will actually ever fight someone that he feels that's under him. And at this point, since he's back, since Jarrell Miller's winning again, and he's talking AJ, and AJ, well, he did have 2 fights this year. He may have a shot. All he has to do is get AJ mad enough, motivated enough to consider talking to Eddie Hearn to get a fight going. And BA coming in with that hundo. Man, what is that? The second hundo? Third hundo? Man, happy Easter, Kurt, and everyone. I got to drop off for now. Everyone show some love and support for Kurt and his channel of knowledge. Thanks, BA. You have made this day great. I appreciate you, man. Absolutely. Thank you. Happy Passover to you too, my brother. And be safe out there in Dubai. I want to know what neck of the woods you're in. You know, Michael, how you doing? You know, we looked at the house here. Okay. Yeah, we looked all out in the back, maybe last year sometime. Yeah, just said hello. Happy Easter to you too. Is Jared Anderson ranked after the fight last night? Because the commentary said he is now contender. I think he could become a contender because it's time for him to really step up. Because see, Jared Anderson didn't step up, okay? The other fighter stepped up, all right? Not Jared Anderson. Jared Anderson is just another day at the office, another day to do what he does. You know, that's that. So I think at the very end of the day, okay, Jared Anderson needs to do what Arias did yesterday or last night. He needs to step up. He needs to put himself in a position to fight these guys. To, you know, but then see, here's the thing. Like the question about Jarrell Miller. Jarrell Miller won't fight Jared Anderson because he feels that he steps above Jared Anderson. That's just like Keith Thurman refusing to fight Errol Spence when Errol Spence was chasing him all around, but only him. Nobody else, but only him. Fury versus Usyk in December. That would be okay as long as we get Usyk fighting sometime in June. So he can fight in June and December, that would be good. Fight Dubois and Wilder. That would be a good fight schedule. Absolutely. Fury versus Usyk. AJ has a broken nose. That's why he's not fighting until December. I don't think a broken nose, you know, I mean, besides resetting your broken nose, you know, I mean, I know that sucker was free flowing. It sure was. But other than that, I don't see that being a reason. But then again, you know, give us something on why you decided to scrap a whole date. Give us something. And if you're not, I mean, it is what it is. But AJ, you know, taking that date away, it makes people question what his true motives is. It makes people question how invested he is. It makes people question how much he really wants to learn with a new trainer. You know, that's what you need to consider. That's what I think about when I was like, okay, wait. You were doing good with this trainer. This trainer was saying that he was doing good with you. You guys had a good duo going. So why are you stopping or halting the progress by snatching a fight day away? Nobody wants to see AJ versus White again. I don't. How you doing, guys? Pretty good. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to. I don't want to see that because we all know White. He gets hit with an uppercut. Good night. Bars. You know, so I mean, you know, and then that happens. You know what everybody's going to say? What a waste of time that was watching that shit. We all know Dillian White can't take uppercuts. When he does, it's like turning off a light switch. So there you go. AJ versus Joyce or Wilder. That would be dope. That would be something. That would be the evidence of hunger from Joshua. That's exactly what it would be. Okay? That's exactly what it will be. AJ put the blueprint on White. Yeah, he did that a long time ago, didn't he? Yeah, he scarred White for everybody else. And see, one thing about Dillian, though, Dillian took all types of clubbing shots from Derek Chisora. Derek Chisora caught him with left hooks, overhand rights, grazing left hooks, body shots, straight punches to the face. He took a lot of shots. I mean, to be fair, they beat each other senseless in a mad, wild rage. But at the end of the day, at the very end of the day, for the most part, you thought Dillian White was this big, brash brawler. But now he fought Wilder. I mean, sorry, Joshua. Joshua showed him. And then, see, here's the thing. Joshua opened this Pandora's box. He revealed his kryptonite. But the person that people don't think about, that really reminded us that Dillian White has a problem with uppercuts, is a smaller, achieved, underrated fighter by the name of Oscar Rivas. Hawker Mustang in the building, kind of punched to you. And that's exactly what happened. Oscar Rivas reminded us that, hey, we can drop this kid. I could put this guy down. And this guy wasn't even, see, Dillian White had 40 pounds. He had 40 pounds on him. The Godfather. Didn't look like you had a broken nose. You normally get 2 black eyes. Yeah, and your eyes swell, really much so. I don't think that's it either. I don't buy that. No more Luke versus Wilder. I think we should see the last of that. But then again, who knows? Kurt, it's been a great live. I will catch you on the next one. Happy Easter. Respect from Ireland, the Godfather of Boxing. Respect to you too, brother. Ireland in the building, and Ireland is out. And who else is out is me, because I have to eat. I just trained, worked out. Stomach is pretty much empty. There's nothing left in the tank, but I got a lot in the bank. Thanks to you guys. Love you guys. Happy Easter to you all. I hope you guys stay safe, be blessed, be nice to each other. And everyone on the chat has been counterpunched. Peace.